You ever heard of a belt called the Conqueror? Well, let me tell you about the Conqueror, a strap used by the headmaster known as Mr. J.W. Fletcher of the St. George's R.C. Boys School in Grenada. Oh, I remember the words, the uniform. Blue shirt, khaki pants, navy blue socks, and black shoes. There's a picture of the students exiting the school, walking down Granitang Road. The Conqueror Revisited. Now, there are many people still who can tell you of the headmaster known as J.W. Fletcher. Well, he commanded the respect of students with a belt called the Conqueror. I'm not here to tell you if corporal punishment was good or bad. You make the decision. They will tell you stories of the strap soaked in pee to give it added weight, to make more music on them students bam bam. They will recount tales about Mr. Hines, Mr. Palmer, Mr. Philip, Mr. Redhead, Mr. Andrews, Mr. Eli Peters, Mr. Duncan, and St. Patrick, and all the no-nonsense headmasters and headmistresses also. Now, a past student who frequently felt the whip years ago once confronted one such principal. He asked his teacher, well, why you used to flog me so harshly at school, at primary school? The teacher had a simple answer for him. Sonny, I see you driving an expensive car. It was the belt on your backside that turned you into the man that could afford that car and to have a respectable life. So yes, you will learn about Mr. Eli Peters, who did not believe in sparing the rod and spoiling the child. Now, sociologists still debating whether this is good or bad. The students who attended the Anglican primary school in Guelph, they had to walk circumspectly, for any other walk invited a flogging. Mr. Fletcher, boy, he was a strict disciplinarian, and he stressed obedience and respect. And those who did not fall in line, well, they felt the sting of the belt called the Conqueror. Now, even the football players, they knew how important it was to behave on the field of play. That was the same Mr. Fletcher who almost fainted when a few boys on the point threatened to throw him off a window from the school on the hill. They had grown weary of such a strict enforcer of rules. Students were constantly warned about the consequences of telling lies, and they had to memorize the famous words, speak the truth and speak it ever. Don't lie like politicians. Cost it what it will. He who hides the wrong he did does the wrong thing still. Boy, I used to shiver while looking down from that school, the top floor of the St. George's Roman Catholic Boys School on Canash Hill. It was easy to look down and spot no, ringing a bell in front of Franco ice cream shop and shouting out the latest and best sale bargains. That school was our skyscraper, a majestic tower on the hill. We could not let a teacher see us peering out of the window as we tried to scope the market square. We had to look from the corner of our eyes the way girls look at boys. You ever see them? But we got licks for simple things back then, simple things. Try kicking a box while walking up Cannash Hill, and vapor would rise from your behind. If you bore a shoe that cried out for black polish, you were in more trouble. And if you threw mango skin on the road, you were in hot water. A policeman called Inspector Barrett used to come to school and tell us about behaving. They brought a policeman to talk to us in the school. The most serious looking students were made prefects, and the one with the most evil look, they used to make him the head prefect. Those are the ones who put you in line for a flogging. If you were a minute late for school, you get blows. Some people reading this today, young people, I don't think you could believe this. Now, your fingernails were subject to inspection, and one got into big trouble. Every teacher ran a comb through his hair, and the comb met heavy traffic. And if you laugh out loud when someone let go a big one in the class, well, them fellas used to do that all the time. You found yourself in more hot water. And you got licks for writing crapo belly. We started writing on slate. And when you wrote on the slate, a teacher couldn't understand what you were writing. They told you were writing crapo belly. Hudson George, you ever wrote crapo belly? At carnival time, Mr. Palmer never failed to remind the students, well, I know it's carnival time again, and tomorrow it will be jump up, it will be ting bang balele, but remember, I'll be watching your behavior. You see, the conqueror was waiting for those who behaved, who misbehaved. Sometimes those who behave got blows too, you know. I couldn't believe that. I often sit and I reflect there, and I wonder why some of them big shot students never got students of the big shots, big society people. Why them didn't get licks at all. And some of them used to pass exams without getting any blows. And poor people, students, they used to get blows to pass exams. Don't know why that used to happen. Boy, one time, someone wrote a bad word on the wall in one of the school latrines. You know, the headmaster sent for 2 detectives from Fort George, the police station, to find the culprit. And that was not too difficult, as the headmaster and the teachers, they knew exactly who were the usual suspects. And of course, it was one of them that eventually faced the conqueror. Now, I'm talking about the time when one of the first questions asked when you got to school on Monday morning, who did not go to church yesterday? Believe me, this is true. And don't for a single moment believe that everybody was afraid of the conqueror, the belt. Boy, some fellas stood like wooden soldiers and took stroke after stroke. One such student, well, he was called, his surname was Woods. What do you expect? Your name Woods. He conquered the conqueror. Yes, a few of them managed to conquer the conqueror. Boy, some students they try to be smart. What do you think they did? They used to pad up like cricketers. You know, cricketers used to pad up to go to bat. So they used to pad up, put in all kind of things in the behind, 2 pants, padded padded sections of their pants to help ease the pain and absorb the blows when the strap fell on their behind. But them headmaster was smart boy. Yeah. They had a way of scratching them up. You see, scratching up was that big thing in Grenada once, Police used to scratch up people. You see that hill? A lot of drunk fellas, police scratching them up and brought them right up that hill, right up to the police station. Well, a sight to see a drunk man staggering and the police scratching him. They hold you by the waistband in the back of your pants and they pull it up, man, and you have to walk. So the drunk man swaying where the policeman going, scratching up. I don't think police scratching people up these days. So yes, the headmaster had a way of scratching them up. Like the police used to do, pulling the khaki pants to one side and lace the other pegger, blows, boy, blows. So we used to put the blows on them, on their backs. That wasn't nice, That wasn't nice. By a fella, rest in peace, I wouldn't call his name, but he got so disoriented once after receiving 6 of the hottest, that are favorite words they used to say, 6 of the hottest strokes. When he received 6 of the hottest strokes across his back, the boy went and he hid under the stage until school was dismissed. That was something in the extreme, And today many would call that child abuse. So after a tough day at school, tough day at school, one usually ended up pitching marbles. And an old woman was likely to inform your mother. She heard you cuss a bad word, you use a bad word, obscenity. Well, that meant blows on reaching home. And if your headmaster heard about it, it was more blows. The conqueror will have more work to do. Well, what could I say? Personally, the conqueror, some believe, and I believe, for the most part, I think it kept us on the right track. But yes, must admit also that some headmasters, headmistresses, they went overboard. The conqueror revisited. Anthony Wendell, the regs. Yeah, see, we have to keep them stories alive, We have to keep it alive. God bless.